Hello and welcome back to another episode here, Satisfactory. As you can see, there's been a few changes. My last episode that I had recorded with actually me doing the Sulpher, the Quartz and the S.A.M ore mine, it didn't record correctly. Now it's only after I had all the footage recorded, everything built, that it just didn't turn out. I didn't realize it till I had some prep work done here as well. So when I was editing I done some cleaning up here. So I put all sides on around my upper storage. I built a tower over the conveyor belts coming up and around the truck stop downstairs. That I realized that something was wrong with the footage. So in the last episode, I had the quartz mine all automated, the Sulpher and the S.A.M ore. Now, what I discovered the S.A.M ore was the fact that it doesn't produce. It produces only so much every time you log on. Now, I also heard of another trick that so I have to disconnect we head down here. We head down here. What is this? We have to disconnect the conveyor coming out of the miner out of the S.A.M ore, which is over there. What I'll do is I'll give you a quick tour of the quartz and the sulfur, and we'll head up over to the S.A.M then at that stage, the S.A.M ore, and I'll show you that. So head on over to the quartz first, and when I get over there, I'll jump back in again and show you what's over there. So here's my quartz mine. It doesn't look all exciting. So those two nodes over here, and I set them up, and I set them all also to fit into all of these double row containers, and they're all full. They're actually all full to the gills. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 boxes, 480 stacks by 4,800 quartz items. Now, I haven't this part over here finished yet, but just two miners. I think they're pure. Are they pure? Yeah, pure nodes. So there's plenty to be manufactured over here. I just have to build a structure around this, and again, it's actually expandable potentially if it's a case that it can be in some way manufactured or processed. I can actually process it over here. Maybe put a second level on this and build on here, because it's pretty high. So I can put smelter or processes or however that they're going to do it. And I started running a belt over, but I ran out of materials. I still haven't got enough. I didn't bring enough with me. The idea is that have the belt ready and the mined ore ready, so that whatever is released in the update, it's all ready to go. No matter what's there. I have to finish this belt first. I have a lot more to go. Go the whole way back here and all the way through the tunnel, all the way back to the base. So what we'll do is I'll let off here again, and I'll see you back over at the sulfur mine. So how do you like my sulfur box? Again, just a regular factory. Whoa, noise. Gonna change over. Oh, I'm gonna change over to my up here. No roof on this one now. Oh, come on. So two miners. I think one normal and one impure. I'm down the middle. Give me a second, I'll just change over to my jetpack. Yeah, so they're producing nice and swiftly here. These are filling up. How are we getting on with these ones? Ooh. This is the first one. How are we getting on with the one closest to the miner? That one's full. Full. and full. So that means then the second one is taking a lot of the thing. And as it slowly fills up, it means then I'll have all of this of sulfur ready and waiting to go. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Over twice as much as the quartz. Have a look at, you'll never have enough. Again, this is all backup. I'll have a Mark IV belt running off this if I need to, or I'll put it upstairs and have a processing section upstairs. So again, this is over. Gotta pass the door here. It's noisy. This is out the far side of the mountain. Over this way is my steel factory, and my geyser is right here beside it. Oh, pick up flowers. Picking up flowers everywhere I see them, or these. So that when it comes to if I want to start painting stuff, yeah, look at my geyser is right here. I'll have plenty of paints because they're pretty rare. They're not like very plentiful. So here's my geyser here, right beside us. Don't think it's, well, it's probably producing power. I think it's 200 megawatts. Ooh, look, I landed on it. 200 of the 2,800. So that's the sulfur mine. Now we'll head over to the S.A.M ore mine. And I'll show you that, and I'll do the slight adjustment and see does it benefit the production at all. And we'll see how it looks. There's some beautiful, absolutely beautiful things in this game. Reminds me of Pandora. All this beautiful scenery around everything. Plant life. Except for a lot of the stuff that's trying to kill you. That's the only thing I don't like. What's in here? Nothing there. Okay, so I'll make my way over to the S.A.M ore mine. And I'll join back with you then. Bacon! Lots and lots of bacon! So here's our S.A.M ore mine. Down past our conveyors coming over from our steel and our oil. So hop in here. As you can hear, it's off. So we'll see now. See, it's not producing anything. I'm going to take this off. Hop up here. Yes. That's definitely more than I left off it. Alright. Experiment time. I'm going to log out. Log back in. And see what's happening. Well, it's produced 50 S.A.M ore. So I'm going to actually do it again. I'm going to see can I get this full, because what someone said, Reddit said, was that they logged in, they got the miner working, it was full, and then they attached a belt to it. And once they attached to it, the belt to it, it worked away. So whether that happens with me here, maybe it's a case that the S.A.M ore has to be full within the miner first, and maybe it produces from there. I'm not entirely sure, so we'll have to wait and see. So again, I'm going to log out, log back in again. Well, it didn't do it that time. It stayed at 50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it disconnected for now. It still has power, so what I'll do is I'll come back again at another time and check it again and see if anything has changed. And I'll connect a Mark I belt to it and see what happens. Maybe that's just the case that I had a Mark IV connected, I just emptied it straight away, or too quick, or... I wonder if what I might do this time is I'm going to disconnect it completely. Yeah, I'm going to leave that as it is. So the next time I log back in again, I'm going to go over, I'm going to stick a Mark I on it, miner, and see what happens. I'm going to head back to base, and I'll see you there. So I'm back at base, back at the hub. The next quick job I want to get done is I need to get plates, screws and iron bars producing again. Reason being is the plates, which I need a lot of to do all the walls for here. A lot of the structures are going to be start building anymore. I need a lot of plates for those. And I want to get the walls done up on this first, mainly to get it done. So I want to get one of these up and running. These pure iron nodes. Now I don't necessarily plan on really utilizing these ones that's here, because I want to build another iron producing area over the far side of the desert where there's all those iron nodes. I think there's 3 pure, 6 normal, and I really want to go nuts on that side. So I don't, unless I have another use for the iron here, I'll keep it the production of the reinforced iron plates, the modular frames and the rotors over there in that area. But for here it's going to be, I want to get these up and running, so at least one of them anyways, that's producing the other iron items at a steady rate. So first of all, actually take that away. Gonna have to run foundation over. I want to try and anything this close here, I want to keep it in sort of conjunction with this, with the hub. Now that'll take that down. I'm going to use this first one here anyways. So for now I'm just going to use one. And I was thinking I'm going to have the one miner, have it sort of facing this way, then have 6 smelters in front of it, and then whatever I need for constructors. Just give me a second. Where's my production? My Mark II. Is it going to click on? Yes, it is. What am I doing? I'm going to actually lock that to a key, because if this doesn't happen for you when you're doing it, just sort of see, now you can rotate it as you wish. Right, so that's perfect. Now at the moment this can produce 240, which is more than enough for what I need it for. Absolutely more than enough. Get these laid out. Right, I'm gonna have to take a look at here first what I need for constructors wise, with regards how much I need coming out of my smelters. So first of all, just throw a smelter down, and we'll throw a constructor down. Alright, so smelter for iron ingots needs 30 iron ore, and that'll produce 30 ingots. So potentially 240. That's a lot of ingots I can produce in. So even if 240, that's 8,624, that's, is that 83? 240, that's 9. 8. Without overclocking, I can run 8 smelters off the miner Mark II. Now with the constructors, so I want 2 plates. So I'll definitely have 2 for the plates, 2 for the rods. That means I can have 1 smelter. And the alternate screws, which is 15 again. So potentially, if I want 2 of each, right, that'll be producing So if I have 2 ironing, 2 for the plates, that's 30 per minute for the plates. If I have, that's 30, and the alternate screws, I could have, I think, 2 plates. Sky's the limit, really, actually. That's sort of complicated on how, I'm only limited by how much I want to build. So I'm wondering here, I go a slight bit crazy with what I want to build. Alright, I'm going to line up my smelters and see how I can fit them. Well, line up wool smelter. I'm going to start the smelter here at this line. That'll leave 1 full tray here to fit the splitters all behind them for whatever I need. Smelter. That on 0. This on 6. No, okay. Rotate that there. Actually put it there. Now see, the reason why I'm not putting down all the smelters first is because the constructors are the ones that are bigger. There. So that's lined up with that. Now I wonder, will this work with that tree there? I do have to cut it down. It will. Perfect. Now I'm just thinking I might have to overclock some of these. To get them to all work in conjunction with each other. And get that one there. So, okay, so this is going to be plates. So that's 30, that's perfect. Plates. This will be rods, 2 for rods. And these will be the 2 for the screws. So basically what I'll be doing here is I'm going to overclock these 4 so that they're taking in 30 per minute and they're sending out whatever they need to send out. And get this lined up. That means that I don't have to worry about divider or splitters or any of that. No, not too bad. Fits in nicely, and then what I can do is have 2 for each, 2 mergers, and then have 3 belts heading off for into here, this section. See, I want to get the sides built so I know where to roll all the belts to and figure that side out of it. And so what I'll do is I'll get this all connected up. I'll get it all clocked, overclocked, and I'll get them linked up where we're getting ready to bring them over. Well, I have everything connected up. I haven't it turned on yet, but I haven't the miner connected up. So I have all the smelters. So what I've done here is just brought this belt in directly and divided it between all of these. So it's 30, 60, 90, 120, 180, and 180, 210, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. No, 180. What I'm going to do is just going to turn down the miner to probably 190. Producing 190, so at least then it's making sure all of these are full, but they're not going dry. And then what I've done is I've overclocked these 4. I've doubled them. So these will be taking 30 directly out of each of these. And I've fed the belts up to here. So they're going to just cross directly over to here, to this section of the building, and come in. And I'm going to have to keep them nice and tied up against the wall and bring them directly over into the 3 appropriate slots over there. So what I'll do is I'll connect up the miner, and you'll see it start off. So I'll leave it at producing 240 to start off with until it has fully filled all of the 6. Now, as I say, I'm not too worried. I could go crazy with this. I could potentially be producing hundreds and 1,000 items per minute in regard to these 3, but they're not a major resource that I need. So I'm not too pushed about them. Let's see here, that's filling up nicely. What I can do if I really want to fill this up quickly, and make sure it's all backed up before we do anything else, is completely max out the belt at 450. So it's just going nuts. Go in here and check that. I think the middle one will fill up first. This one will fill up first. Yeah, you can see it's just absolutely piling in there. And then what I'll do is I'll give it a second. How's these ones faring out over here? I'm not doing too bad. As I said, this one will fill up, and it'll start backing up the system then. Should be any second now. Yeah, they're started back up. So now you see it's starting to deposit a lot more to the other sides. I think this will be the next one to back up then. You can see she's fairly clocking up there at the moment, which is great. So once that backs up, it'll fall into all of them. They'll be all backed up, and then I can just reduce down the production of the miner. So next thing now is to get these 3 belts over here. So I'm going to put a wall here again. It's going to be a standard wall at the bottom, and it's going to be just the standard here. So I want to keep these nice and high, these belts. So what I might do is see how far do I need to keep this away that I can actually run them all to this 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think that's going to reach, is it? Nope. Did it reach? There. But again, if I move it a bit further away... Actually, no, I have to pull them out. And then turn them. Yeah, I need to leave the space here. I need to be able to... the trucks going over and back. And I can't go another higher or I'm in the roof. And I don't want that. Alright, so what I might do is... just up 2. Is it 2? Yeah, and then we can... that's connected. Then I can... how about here? 1, 2. Connect this bad boy. That's it, perfect. Then where do I put this one? Now there, so it's all 3 of them in. That one looks a bit skew-iffy. So I'll do is I'll just take it down here for now. Place it and see if this works. Yeah, so that works. And then what I'll do is be looking at increasing the height of this one, bringing this one in underneath, bring this one into this line. Alright, look, instead of just yapping here, I'll just build a couple of these. 2, 3, 4. Now. Perfect. Now I want to get them nice and high. I want to get them high if I can, because I want to make sure If I need to pass belts under it, I can. Then, see, can we bring this one to there? Now, how is that looking? Is it... it's clipping a lot. So what I could do is... I wonder, can I do this? It's not going to work because it's going to... Oh, I could step it in. And step this one in too. It's still clipping. I'll have to for now. Don't want to spend too much time getting these sorted. Because you look at that, that's taking up a lot of space. Again, would it be easier just to open up, leave a large open gap and put them, stack them 3 high, bring them over, straight to the conveyor? But no, I'll leave them for this, like this, for now. And what I can do is, I will pull these guys directly over as far as I can. How far can I come over? 8, 2, 3, and 4. I think I might have to change the arrangement of that over there, how it crosses in. But I'll do that when the time comes, when I need to. So our 3 here is these 3. So plates, the bars, and the screws. Let's see which is which now. To connect these over, see how they come out. 1, 2, that's 3. Which is which over here? The screws in the bottom, not too bad. Plates top. How? That worked out perfectly. So what I can do is bring these over to here. Yeah, bring them over there first and see how this is going to work out. And see how they fit in. Click there. So the screws are the lowest ones. That's perfect. Now again, I'll have to reassess how these go in when I get more belts in here, really. It'll be strange. There's 36 belts there. It's gonna take some movement of poles and stuff to get them all in. How do I haven't even got that far yet. So we'll see. We'll make it work. I think for now I can just do this. Just make sure now I got the right ones. Yep, belts, bars, and screws. So that's perfect. That's that back up and running. The next time I need to get the wires and the cables done from the copper wire over there. So I'll have to go over and dismantle what's over there. I'm going to build a little factory like this as well, over there, and bring those 2 over as well. Now I'll have to wonder how I'm going to bring those in. I might bring those in here along the edge and just run them down underneath the whole lot here. I can't because of this. Can't because of this one here. Yeah, see there, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to change this one. I don't see any other way making that work. Take that away, that away, that away. Yeah, so I'll rejig this. I'm going to rejig it that it's going to be on a stack going over 3 belts high. They're going to come in 3 belts high. There'll be none of this here, and I'll have a space underneath it that maybe I'll bring the copper over on belts as well. 2 high, and then bring them down underneath these so they can continue on to the bottom and into the last ones there. But I'll sort this out and I'll be back in a second. Well, as you can see, I've got the copper up and running. I bet I went a bit OTT with the copper more than the iron. I don't know why I'd done it, because it took me a while to figure out, and then once I had it figured out and it all built, I didn't do my calculations right. So as you can see here, top floor is producing cables. So I have, I think it's, how many? I have 2, 4, 6, 8 copper ore, or copper wire feeding into the cable. Now I have the cable overclocked, all of them to 150%. So the cable, when running at full steam, is making use of all the copper wire. But that's at full steam. It has all the storage at full over there already. And then downstairs, I'm producing the wire, specifically just wire. Now, I was like, I got my calculations right in regards. You can see there's 3 empty, not being used here. I got my calculations right in dividing what's being produced in ingots between upstairs and downstairs here, between the producing copper wire and producing cable. But the problem I have, my capacity for my belts is 450 items per minute. When I set this up, I was producing 450 plus 270. So I was producing, 720 items per minute of copper wire. And then only then did I realize, I was like, why is the belts not running at full? And then I realized I'm overproducing, because the copper wire at normal production pushes out 45 items per minute per constructor. And I have 14 here. 14? Is it 14 or 16? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 16 constructors. Now, technically I could divide them up, but I was like, no. Because the storage is still a max capacity of 450 going through the storage. So there's no point in pushing 720 right to the entrance and then it being downgraded to 450 because it wasn't working. So I've disconnected the last 6 constructors here. Am I out of fuel? I'm out of fuel! I can't fly around. Disconnect the last 6 constructors here for now. It just means that I'm overproducing on ingots on this side. But what I might just do here is disconnect some of these. So give me a second. Here I'm producing, there's 11 here at the moment. Now how much are these taking per minute? These are taking 15. So I've taken 3 offline. If I take 3 offline, that means I'm producing just enough ingots for upstairs and downstairs without using the extra power. I think that's what I'll do. And it means that at least I'm sort of, it's here. The production is here if I need to use it later on. So I'm just going to switch these 3 off. So these guys will stop producing the ingots. And in here. Come on, jump. So now I've reduced it by 90. So I was producing 11, I was producing 330 ingots, now I'm producing 240 ingots. And I think that's, yeah, 240. So there was 2 constructors for every one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16. That doesn't sound right. I have enough space for 22 constructors altogether. Oh yeah, that's right. So 2, 4, I've disconnected the end. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, that's 10 downstairs, and a further 6 upstairs, that's 16. Perfect. Now I just have to reduce the output from my miner here, because I overclocked the miner to 330. So now I have to reduce it down to, well, what's at 100? At 100%. I think it's 240 at 100. Yeah, it's 240. I need 8, 3, 4, 240. Perfect. I can take this out of it. So that's it. It's producing enough ores. 240 ores for these guys. This is going to efficiency is going to increase now. Well, it's not, because the cables are full, but they're all at 100% now that I've turned 3 off. So the rest have to be supplement the system. I'm going to take this off. Stop flashing in my left eye there. So that's this system. The copper. So we have the iron, the copper done for the basics. Now I want to redo the Caterham wire. I want to redo the Caterham. I want to get max. The Caterham seems to be when I'm doing computers and stuff, is using up that whole ore strain, and I think it was one of the bottlenecks I was realizing for producing some of the other items for the supercomputers. So the next stage then is to get this guy running at capacity. Now I have to get myself some fuel. I think I'll just go up to this belt here and rob a load. For now, let's look at even this resource is fully backed up. So that's what I mean when I was thinking of the smart splitter system for my storage. You can't actually use a smart splitter for your main storage, because how many times are you going to have stuff backed up like this? It's always going to happen. And even I'd say if I disconnected these 3 fuel ones, these would be backed up. See, the Caterham's backed up at the moment. Once I start creating supercomputers again on this level, I'm going to need everything I can. I need 450 coming down the belt, if possible. Now, with the likes of anything that's up here, is not going to use what's in storage. This is the thing. The storage is just for use for me if I need it. Everything, all the belts coming in is what's going to feed my other factories. So when I get the supercomputers set up upstairs again, they're going to take resources off all of these belts coming in, and they're going to use all of those, which means the storage is going to be full, so I won't need that. And the storage will be specifically for, oh yeah, I want to get fuel, wasn't it? I have the storage specifically for other projects. Oh, get off there. That's it. So just start clicking here. I'll get 100. So yeah, I'll be using the belts for the other projects. Now what I'll do is I'm going to have to get all this fuel now, 100 of them, just 100. 100 should do me for now, or 101. I think I have enough materials here for whatever I need up here. So I'm going to have to disassemble what's up there and rebuild it so that it takes advantage of the miner at max speed, because I want to see, can I push 240 down the belt if I can. But we'll get to that now. I'm going to take a look at this and see what I can do with it, and I'll jump back in a second. Now I've figured something out here. I just have to see if it works. So, this is a Mark II. This can push out up to 450 items per minute if I have the belt. So at maximum I can get well, not maximum, I can push up to 450 out of this. Now, then I looked at the smelters. the smelters can, when at full tilt, I don't know if it's full tilt, use up 150 items per minute per smelter. So that's 450 in and 37.5 out of ingots. So if we pull in 150 ore each and pushing out 37.5 ingots each. Now the constructors at full tilt pull in 37.5 ingots at full tilt on each of them. So again, that's the 3 smelters feeding the 3 constructors. And then out the other side, it produces 150 caterham wire per minute. So that's 450. So that's at full tilt. Now you can divide that down if you don't have shards, but my plan is to have 450 caterham wire coming out of these bad boys over here at full tilt, so that if I put any demands on it over here in regards to supercomputers, the 450 should cater for it. Now that's going to be the maximum what I can produce here with this miner. So if I want to increase it, I have to build more miners and find. I have found another caterham ore over. Where are you? Catering. You look over here. Keep watching. Wait for it. Come on. There. Just above the sulfur mines. There is a caterham ore over there on the side of the mountain, which I can potentially run it down the side of the mountain and run it into the plant or the hub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these connected up. I'm going to get them set up and then I'll bring it back in when I power it all. What I've done here with the what caterham wire is up here, I've just put 2 storage boxes running alongside the output. So I want to empty this here while I'm working away here. But what I want to do here is when it comes out of here, actually run down storages, a couple of storages down here and a couple of storages up the outside, and then run it down with an elevator or a down elevator, whichever way you want to call it. Now I'll have to leave these extra platforms here for a structure. It's a bit floaty at the moment, but we'll deal with that as it goes. So I'll get this set up first of all, and I'll see you in a second. Actually, I'll bring you back and just show you how I set up some of these. And now it's always hard to get a lot of these things straight. So what I actually do is, if you run a nice conveyor out, nice and straight, and I just clip on the splitters straight onto the belt. And what I can do here is remove the end. I'll connect up these. Now, some people were saying that there's a fault with the splitters, that if you place it on a belt like this, if you go to upgrade this, it doesn't upgrade a piece in the middle. Nah, that doesn't. Not on my save, anyways. It does upgrade the whole lot. So I don't have to worry about that. I have at times pulled off splitters to upgrade the middle piece, and it's already been fully upgraded. So that's that done. Now I always do this sort of system that just push it straight in and divide it off into each one. These whole thing is trying to split it 3 ways and all this sort of crack. No. I think it's a lot more cleaner and simple this way. Basically, once the first system backs up, it'll start pushing most of the second and then on to the third. It's a far simpler system, as far as I believe anyways. Now here is the tricky part. I need to make sure that this is lined up nicely on this side, between the up and bottom and top ones. I'm going to put that there for first. It's a nice straight line. Again, I'm just going to converge it the whole lot down that end. And will this come down the whole way? Yes, it will. Perfect. and then split it down here. So it's again just a case of I don't need convergers on all three, just need them on two. Set it here at this end. Line it up. And see, the best thing about this is your input and output is already set on the merger or splitter, because it'll take the path of the belt. That's the splitter for that one. And then the last one here, clip on, come on. There we go. You can even see the green line at the bottom where the hammer is appears, so saying that it's all nice and lined for you. That in there. That in there. Now, one thing to point out is when you have an input and an output, it doesn't matter which side you start the conveyor on. Usually when you're starting belts, if you go from left to right, it'll push items from left to right, but not when you have, see here straight away, as I click it in, it's already going in. It's already chosen which direction the conveyor is going. So down this end here, I have to delete this. Delete that. Get this in place. That's, click that in. Is that a nice? Yeah, that's a nice curve on that. Now, so that's all connected. With regards to that, we'll have to get power now. So one. Now I've started to use the more higher grade power line. Just a bit more simple with regards to connecting everything. And you can connect more to it, which is great. I still like to keep everything in a nice, clean, straight line. And that to that one. And then we'll stick this to this. And away she goes. So first call is we have to get this producing 450. Now I don't think it's 100. I don't think it's... Yeah, see, it's 480 at the moment, so we'll go to 180. 190. 188. There, 188. Perfect. Because I think if you go to 187... it stopped just as I... That's because I haven't selected these guys. Start producing again. Cater him. And cater him. And I'll run over and get these other... So this is going to be cater... Quick wire. Quick wire. Quick wire. I've checked this miner now. So loud here beside the miner. Check that with 187. No, 188. So we need a 450. Now we need to change our smelters. So that's 120. We need 150. That's it. Perfect. I might have to go get more shards actually for this. That'll be 150 now. 1, 2, 3. So that's now taking in 150. You see here it's pushing out 37.5. And we'll upgrade one of the constructors down here. Or, yeah, the constructors? Yes. And you'll see now that we'll be able to increase this to 37.5 input. There, 37.5. So I'll have to get 6 more shards. And then this will be set up. Hopefully this will have emptied out a lot more. By that stage, again, I'm going to merge all of these and set up a storage system down at the end, maybe 6 or 7 containers. Just down here in front. Actually, I don't have a lot of space. I might have space for maybe 2 containers. I'll figure something out. I want to have some storage up here as well. So I'll go down and get the shards. And I'll wait for that one to empty out up there. And then we'll take a look at setting up the storage. Well, that's it done. Got everything connected up. I got more shards for the constructors. So the 3 constructors now are pushing out 450 cater per minute, and I built 6 containers here just to have a backup in regards to what's there. But that's it for today. I hope you liked what I've done here and how I've set everything up. Don't forget to drop a like on the video there. Hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and we'll see you later. Slán!